Today I'm going to be discussing a potential takeover of West Ham United from an American consortium, apparently. So, obviously late last night, I think it was The Guardian were reporting that an American consortium had bid $350 million for West Ham, and that was swiftly rejected. But obviously X come out and said no firm offer has been made, but there is substantial interest. First and foremost, this is a great news because ultimately a lot of the fan pressure, a lot of things we're starting to put on these owners is actually influencing their attitude towards the club. Yes, they're going to dig their heels in. We know that £800 million valuation is going to make it incredibly difficult for someone to come in and try and buy the club. Again, we do recognise that clause, obviously that clause where they're going to have to give a little bit of money. I think it's the LLDC if they sell before 2023, so I'm not massively pinning my hopes on it happening imminently, but it is good news that people are starting to look at West Ham as a potential option to purchase. I do believe that is because of the turmoil that's been created, because they've created it themselves, but ultimately the fans' reaction towards that and the need for new ownership is becoming apparent. I'm sort of hoping that TalkSport's spin on everything that West Ham fans say is turning back on them, because ultimately the pressure's now on Sullivan. Listen, I just think in general this news is positive. It shows that West Ham still are an attractive club. It doesn't mean it's going to happen really soon. No, we can't bank our money on that. But I really wanted it to happen before the window. You see those takeover bids, people like Manchester City, and I don't know what went on behind the scenes, whether that had been going on for months, but where they just came in, bought the club, and then began to spend a lot of money in a very short period of time. That would be an unbelievable situation, but I just believe these owners are going to dig their heels in. It's probably worth discussing this because I've seen it actually on social media quite a bit. TalkSport come out and they said that the owners had told Jim White basically that they hadn't taken a penny out of the club, but interest payments revealed that they've taken nearly 17 million on their initial loan that they gave to the club. Again, don't plead innocence when that's clearly not the case, and I think that's an important point to remember here as well. They are going to make a substantial return on their investment. That they put in 86 million, they're going to get probably at least 400 million. Worst case scenario. So they've made a lot of money off West Ham. That doesn't count for any of the things that we haven't seen allegedly going on behind the scenes. That doesn't even count for the interest that they've gained. They're milking the club. What we've seen though, particularly with American consortiums, in some instances their business model means that they're very business focused, and I suppose the argument is that if we got a Liverpool FSG style modelling, that would resolve a lot of our problems. I mean, to a degree it would, but they run that club very, very well. A lot of their investment in the squad has been made off of reinvestment of the Coutinho money and other players as well. So would that be the worst thing? No, I think it would be a step up. The other argument, of course, is can you bring an owner in that you can trust? Because obviously currently we have very, very little trust in that overarching management. So you'd hope that we got the opportunity to do so. Obviously Newcastle haven't had that chance, despite having Amanda Staveley leading up a consortium that has proven, they've got funds, etc, etc. There are serious steps to go before West Ham can start to look at a potential takeover. But I do believe it's a promising move, it's promising news, and fingers crossed the momentum starts to pick up. But that was my take on this potential American consortium taking over. There'll be more videos. The preview with a view from the opposition will be out tomorrow with my mate Ben. We'll be covering the Arsenal game. Obviously, loads of stuff to cover with that. Aubameyang's just signed a contract, so I'm sure he'll be in a good mood for Saturday. Fingers crossed he injures himself in training. But until next time, take care.